So in this, we are coming to create a Windows Server 2019 instance on AWS. So we will go to AWS console and create one instance in demo VPC and public subnet and attach EBS volume to the storage. And next, later on, we will add web server on that and how we are connecting to the Windows instance. I'll show you that. So coming back to our AWS console. So let's go to EC2 instances. So coming to compute and then EC2 instances, where we can create our Windows and Linux instances. So here you can see we have different options, instance types. So I'll go through these. So coming to instance, let's create one instance of this. So we are on EC2 instance page. So here we can click on launch instance. And here we can see a list of different instances that are available, and we can launch any machine out of it. But the main thing that needs to be kept in mind is free tier eligible. For your free tier account, we need to select only instances that are mentioned as free tier, because if you select these, you will not be charged anything. In case you select any other machine, then you will be charged for that. But for practical demonstration, you can select these free tier eligible, and these are having sufficient resources. So in this, let's while we are creating Windows instance, let's create Windows Server 2019 base. This is eligible for free tier. So select this. So here you can see type of machine, family, and number of virtual CPUs in each machine, memory, instance storage type, optimization, network performance types. So as per the customer requirement, based on his requirement for performance or number of vCPU required, memory required in each instance, you can select that type of instance. So there are different instances in this. You can select any one based on the number of CPU requirements. So if we go down, the CPUs are increasing and the RAM also. So here for our practical demonstration, let's select the T2 micro. It's having one virtual CPU and 1 gig memory, and this is sufficient for our practical demonstration. So let's move forward and configure the instance. So we are going to create only one instance. And network, let's select our demo VPC, and we are going to launch this in public subnet. Disable this because we are going to allocate elastic IP address to this instance. Let's keep everything default as of now, and we will cover those in detail in the rest of the practicals. As of now, let's keep them by default, and let's add storage. So here we are adding storage EBS volume to this instance. So as part of our practical demonstration, we are adding this volume of 30 GB to this machine. Also, we can add new volumes also, EBS types, so we can add that as well. As per the requirement, we can mention the number of size, and if we require encryption or not, and check this option also, because when you are terminating this machine, this will be automatically terminated. But in case you are not checking this, then this volume will remain in the infrastructure and you will be charged for that. But don't forget to check this. So let's keep only one device. That's sufficient for our practical demonstration. Let's move forward and add tags. This is again very important. Department. Let's keep as for network as of now. Security group. So here, if you remember, we can create a new security group also, or we can select an existing security group. So we have created during our network infrastructure creation, we have created our security group. So we will select out of that. So we are placing this in public security group. So let's select that. And these are the ports that are allowed. Since we are creating Windows instance, we have allowed RDP to connect to this instance. Let's review and launch this instance. So you can review the configuration, instance details, storage, and tags, and click on launch. So here, this is also one important step. Select an existing key pair or create a new pair. If you have existing key pair, you can select that one, or if you want to create new one, I'll show you this in the practical demonstration. Let's create a new key pair. Let's provide, we are creating this in NV region, key pair 2. Let's do this. So download this key pair and keep it at the location where you remember it, because without this key pair, you will not be able to connect to this instance. So downloading it, and I'll store it in our AWS keys. So save it and click on launch instance. So with this, our instance will be launched. So if we go to view instances, so you can see our instance has been started provisioning. This will be all automatic. So you can mention over here, public Windows instance, sorry, public Windows instance, save. So this is into running state, and we need to check the status for this. So once it is initialized, you can refresh this. So it's initializing now, and so once this will be ready, it will mention that it's ready to use now. So for the time being, I'll stop this video until this takes a few 1 or 2 minutes. So now we can see our public instance Windows is ready, and all the checks has been passed, and it's running now. And we can set the administrator password for it. So click on this, and the IP address has been, this is private IP assigned to this is 10.112.212, and installed in VPC demos. You can check all these details, like installed in public subnet, type of instance, and it's running, and this is the instance ID of this Windows server. And security, if you check in security, we have placed it in public security group, so you can check, and all the ports that are allowed for this machine, networking, IP address, and which subnet is its place. So you can check all these details when you click on this instance. So let's try to connect it and connect to this instance. Click on RDP client. We'll use MSTSC RDP client to this. So this is important to get the password. Click on get password and browse to the key pair that we saved. AWS key, select this key, open, and then click on decrypt password. So now you can see that you have administrator password for this. So you can copy this password and we can paste it in our notepad. So now our next step will be to allocate elastic IP address to this instance so that we can access this instance over the internet. So let's go to elastic IPs. Here we can see our demo elastic IP. So associate this elastic IP to our instance. So we have selected resource type instance. So if you click over here, so we can see our public Windows instance. Associate this IP address. Yeah. So this demo elastic IP is associated to our Windows machine. So let's go back to our instance, and here you can see public IP assigned to it, elastic IP. So let's use this IP address and connect to this machine. Let's go to RDP session. And the username, we will use root/administrator. Note down one thing that you can use administrator also, but in case you are not able to connect, then use root/administrator. Then it'll allow you to connect. There are certain local problems with the laptops that allows maybe with the administrator or root/administrator. So click on connect. So let's use our password. Root/administrator password. Click OK. Yes, accept it. So it's configuring a remote session, and yeah, we are able to connect to our Windows machine. So it's doing its initial settings, and then our server Windows 2019 will be ready. And now let's minimize it so that get initialized. So if we get back to our presentation, so we have create a Windows instance and attached the storage for it, placed it in public security group, and connected Windows instance using security keys and generated administrator password. So now let's add web server role on the Windows server and publish the page over the internet. Let's configure web server on the instance. So here we are into our server. So here you can see details, also the instance ID, public IP address, private IP address, instance size. So you can see all these details on the server as well. So let's go to server administrator, server manager. Here we can add different roles on the server. So in this practical demonstration, I'll show you how we can add Windows server, Windows web server. So it takes some time for initialization. For the time being, I'll pause the recording. Okay, so here we will add role to this server. Select next, role-based feature next on this server. Select web IS server, add feature, next, next, install. So you can see that our installation is almost complete, and installing of web server on Windows server. So our IIS service almost ready. So let's close it and test it. So if you open Internet Explorer, and we can test local page, and then we can edit the page also. HTTP localhost. Yeah, so this page shows that our internet information services are running on this local server. Let's add and customize our page and see how we can see that page, or you can put your own a website over here and you can test that as well. So if we go to C inetpub www.root, so you can edit this file or you can place your own website over here and you can see that as well. So let's open this file with not Internet Explorer. Open with this notepad and we can edit it. Control A, delete. This is demo web page on Windows Server. Save, close. So if we refresh this page, we can see our page that we edited over here. So this is just very small page, but you can paste your own content over here and then you can see this. So now let's try to access this page using this our public IP address on our internet. Let's see if we able to access this. So coming back to our instance. Let's add new one. Copy the public IP address, HTTP. I hope this will not open because there is a problem. So I just give you a time to understand or think what could be the reason out of it. If we go back to our diagram in the slide, you will get what could be the reason. So let me go to our diagram. So in this diagram, we have placed our EC2 instance over in the public subnet. If we try to open it locally on HTTP port, it is allowed. But if we are going to access it over the internet, then it's not allowed. I hope we can see that practically, but just think where we need to allow that. You need to think about firewall or local instances or something like that, because I'll in the next 1 minute, I'll let you know the solution for this. So just think, pause the video and think about it where we need to allow this. So here, if we see that we need to allow the port on the firewall. So here our firewall is a public security group, and that is controlling the access from internet to our local instance. So let's get back to the public security group and check the ports that are allowed. And then we need to allow HTTP port on this instance so that we can access this page over the web. So if we go to our security group, our virtual firewall, public security group. So here you can see we have allowed only 22 and 3389 port for this instance. We haven't allowed HTTP port. So let's edit our inbound ports, add rule, HTTP. Access from anywhere, save. So now this port is allowed. If we refresh this page, accessing over the internet with the public IP address allocated to the machine, I hope this works. Yeah. So now we can access this demo web page on Windows Server. And you can see how easily we have created a web server, Windows 2019 server, and publish our web page over the internet. And how easily, how fast you can see that. And during some troubleshooting steps, do apply your mind where we are lagging, because that's required in industry. You have to troubleshoot the problem and need to understand where the problem lies. And resolve that issue. So that was part of this video, and in next video we will create Linux instance, and I'll show you how to connect that, install web server on that instance. So thank you for this time, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you.